I work with a lot of aggressive deadlines, and the only way that I'm able to try a ton of variations until I find the right idea is by sketching. I start every project on paper with these hands and this tool, the pencil. It's much faster than with a mouse and the cursor on the computer. By simply starting on paper, I'm not limited by any fonts or effects, and I'm able to explore different variations. And with the letters that I'm working with, I can explore the different pieces and how they fit together and the weird connections. And that's things you can't really explore on the computer, and Illustrator won't show you that sort of stuff, at least not as fast. Sketching is my way of thinking out loud and recording all of my ideas like instantaneously. And it's crazy how much just sketching can help you find your own style. When you just use your hands, when you do your lettering and your illustrations, those are things people can't mimic. And some of my favorite designs have been done purely by my hands and with a Sharpie or with a pen or pencil. And so if you look at any designs on my website, they all started on paper. And actually, this stack right here is pretty much all of the designs I've done in the past couple of years. And why do it all on computer paper? Well, this is a lot more freer for me to deal with when I'm tracing and rotating and when I'm hand lettering stuff. So, and I'm left-handed, so with the binding of the books, I like computer paper. But don't worry, I also recycle. And it's also important to say that your sketching doesn't have to be good. My sketching and my doodles, they're just like chicken scratch. But it's just a way for me to think out loud and to get it all out onto one place before I go on the computer and, be able to find the right direction for the project. So let me flip through this and find kind of an example of, here's one. Okay, so I was working on Andrew McMahon's merch line last year, and so here are some of the sketches. Again, it's just like complete chicken scratch. And this one in particular, this motorcycle design, which now that I look at it, looks like a... But anyway, I knew I wanted it to be a lyric t-shirt with his name as the priority, with lyrics, and then just sort of fill it with some sort of illustration, which then I turned into this, which was a very rough pencil sketch, and I went over it and inked it. And this looks really crazy and rough, but I filled in all these things on the computer. And actually, here is the t-shirt right here. So this is how it turned out, from this crappy sketch to this really rough drawing onto this t-shirt. So as you can see, sketching can look real rough. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's a way to flesh out all of your ideas. And when I have such tight deadlines, that's the way that I can find that right direction to go to on the computer. Because once I have an idea that I'm excited about on paper, I'm just even more excited to execute it. So on your next project, consider just starting on paper. You can still look at your computer for inspiration and things, but rather than screenshotting and using that and sort of mimicking things on there, just take what you like and put it on paper, so that when you take it from paper and do it on the computer and execute it, it's going to be your own. This has been one of the smallest things that have really helped me try to somewhat find my own style in my work. Because, people can't just mimic what you can do with your hands. I got a ton of work to get back to, a lot of sketches to do, and I hope you do as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Click the thumbs up button if you did, and consider subscribing if you want to stick around for my next video. All right, that's enough for me today, so let's get back to work.